I know it. And I'll tell you a practical problem with this is, you're supposed to only be off 2 or 3 votes with the names on the sheet by precinct. Now, if you've got people voting in everything, you never do the accounting. Okay? So that's you have an accountability problem with that.
So we need to get off the commissioner so that.
You got to change it back.
Exactly.
That's right. Put pressure. Yes, ma'am.
Next project. We need another one.
The corruption errors.
Exactly. This could have huge implications for those elections in November.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if something comes up, especially this coming election, having something like this come back at us. I mean, Texas, this could be huge.
That's why you got to print the tapes. You got to have the image. That's it.
This has got to settle for you, for us, in your favor, to have this accountability.
That's right. If the appeals court rules in our favor for the image and the tapes and all of this, that's going to send ripples across the state to do it right. And it's going to put no heart in these ES&S and heart on notice. Get the software. You're supposed to already have it. And you know what? I bet it's there.
Yeah.
They just got to toggle it on.
If it's not, then it's going to send a message to come back and say, come November, oh, well, you know, Texas,
Who knows?
who knows?
That's
Who knows
right.
if those count?
That's right.
Who knows if those, yeah.
That's right.
This is not-
You got it. Yes, sir.
Hood County is a test county for non-precinct voting. We've got 10 different locations around the county, and we can go to any one of them and vote. Have we just opened ourselves up to more problems?
Yes, because you're not having the precinct accountability. And people can, yes. Yes.
I'm going to try and vote at all 10 next time.
It's a felony. Be careful. I'm not saying, I'm not giving you permission to that. I'm not doing it. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Bigger politicians or anybody?
Great question. Oh, bless you for asking that. Yes. Senator Bob Hall. Does anybody know Senator Bob Hall? Oh, he's an angel. He has, we worked with him and we contacted that big list of counties I told you. He wanted to know who's printing the tapes, who's not printing them, and he wrote a press release. And if you'll put your name on that list that's going around, I'll send you our latest update. It's got a link to his press release. And he made this statement, and this is shocking, guys. He said, in Texas, with these waivers that are being given by the Secretary of State, electronic voting cannot be verified in the state of Texas. Can you believe he said that? We've got Senator Don Huffines in Dallas, all up in arms about what happened in Dallas. Okay? We've got Senator Van Taylor, who's not happy. We've got Birdwell. His wife was maybe going to be here tonight, and I don't think she is, but we need to put some pressure on them to meet with us and go over this information, because he needs to know.
Yeah, this isn't just specific to Texas. Like, they can do it here or they can do it there.
Yeah, we've had it with electronic voting, okay? Especially, and I'll tell you one thing. I designed computer chips for a very long time, and to make a computer chip work, it takes thousands of process steps. And if you just miss one, it doesn't work. Just one. This electronic voting has got all these procedures, and if you don't have all of them, it doesn't work. That's why it's so complex. You gotta have simplicity. Because human beings, we make mistakes, and we think the best in everybody. There's forces going on, guys, that aren't good. And we may not be able to comprehend that. Because we like to see the best of what's going on. Yes, ma'am.
I have seen on Facebook, sometimes I'll click on the light, and it will count several hundred numbers just on one line.
There you go, computers. Yeah, they're not perfect. They're not perfect. I know. Yes, ma'am.
When we put vote, we had these community
Yes,
When we
ma'am.
vote, there's this really nice, this machines and everything's electronic and all. So how do we find out if there's any way on those to have a backup? Are there voting machines that will allow a backup and do ours at all?
Are you in Hood County?
Yes.
Okay, Hood County cannot keep a ballot image. You can't do it. It's required by law. You can't do it. And you guys are not printing the early voting tapes, so there's no backup to early voting.
But are there machines that could do, like we go for those early voter or whatever, are there machines that would do that?
There are.
So they just don't do it.
They're just not doing it. They're not doing it. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So what I got from this whole presentation is that we have corrupt people that aren't following the rules, so therefore the voting machines are as designed.
Right, and the design is very complex. It means that human beings cannot cut corners. And I know human beings cut corners.
Yeah.
So you have to-
I think that's the recovery for a very long time.
You know. So you have to design a system that is simple, not complex. Yes, sir?
We vote in Tarrant County, and we have paper ballot, marking the boxes, they scan it. What's your opinion on that? I feel comfortable with it.
That's a great question. When it gets scanned, there could be a program on the scanner. It could be. And when the paper ballots leave the building that go down to the county, they could stuff the ballot box with the amount that the program was going to be put in. So the key is those ballots should not leave the building. When the ballots leave the building, corruption and fraud can happen. So that's what these people have recommended, is that we vote on paper at the location and they get counted there without leaving. So they're in full view of the public. When the ballots get out of the view of the public, shenanigans can go on. It's not convenient. Who cares? I'm sick of hearing the word convenient. I'm sick of it. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, guys, it doesn't take a majority of the population to change this. It takes us. Got it? American Revolution wasn't majority. By far from that, 5%. We're it. We just have to say no. And that's very spiritual. We got to stand up and say, no, I'm not putting up with it. Yes, ma'am.
I'd like for our whole community to hear what you just said to us. Do you have this online at all?
There's a couple of videos we have that are on our website that are really just goes through all the data. But it's a very complex topic, is it not?
Yes.
It's complex, guys. Imagine trying to describe this in 10 minutes. You can't do it. That's why it's dangerous. Not everybody can just get it really quick. But yeah, there's stuff on our website if you want to take those links and forward it. And on the pieces of paper that I gave you, the one-pagers, it has our website on it and our email and everything. Yes, sir.
You want to stop that? How do you do that?
I wished I could. The judge wouldn't let us get to it. When we started asking who was putting the card in and where they got it, we were thrown out of court. You got it. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So how is the young man functioning today?
How's what?
Your opponent, how is he functioning?
Oh, he's wonderful. He just got invited to the White House. Yeah, he just got invited to the White House, went with the mayor of Austin. He's 25. How's that happen? There you go.
He wouldn't want to go.
Yeah. This was amazing. I mean, he came out of nowhere and was just on the shoulders of the party, the Democrat Party in Austin. And
Sounds like Obama.
and Austin just passed. We've got the bathroom thing. Okay. We've got employers with 15 or more employees. Employees cannot ask about someone's criminal background. And he passed it. That was his deal. Yes, city code, Austin. I mean, it's deep in Austin. And I'll tell you what, I was not who they wanted on the city. The status quo didn't want me, but the population did. Yes, sir.
Now, is there any way to find out in fact
vote really are?
That's the ballot image.
I mean, with your case.
It's the ballot image. That's where the data is. And, you know, our polls showed over 55%. And electioneers on election night were getting hugged and kissed by majority of the people at every polling location. We knew we won. And that's the other thing. Candidates can kind of think they won. I know I won. You cannot fool me with this. And so the ballot image is it. But the equipment's been erased. It's a year, over a year.
So what are you going to do?
We haven't, well, that's interesting. Our election contest says, well, gosh, you can't know the results and the ballots that remain, or the paper ballots, and they're completely tied. We need a new election. And if the equipment can't keep a ballot image, we want paper ballots until you can fix it. That's the election contest.
How many people
Yeah.
voted in your?
The total people that voted were 4,500 in the runoff.
That wasn't very long.
It's easy. It's easy. Cheap. Yeah. We want a real election. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes, sir. Well, you know what? That's a good question. I haven't decided. My mission right now is to fix this. Someone's got to do it. And it takes raising money, and I go all over the state raising money and telling the story. And if anybody in here wants me to come to their group, I come. And we got to get the word out. So I haven't made that decision because it's, you know, it's hard for me to ask someone to donate money for a campaign when it's going to get stolen. I don't like that. I have too much integrity for that. So we got to fix it. And it's not hard to fix. This appeals court could do it. Appeals court could say, follow the law. Yeah. Yes, ma'am?
If we send you money, can you use that to fight your legal battle?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. And I have envelopes. I have stamped envelopes with our address on it. If you're interested in one, I'll come up to me and I'll give you one. And online, you can donate online or a check in the envelope that's going around or whatever. Where's the sheet? I'm just curious. All right, excellent. But I really want your emails because I want to keep you up to date because everybody needs to know if this appeals court holds up the law or if they don't. We need to know. And there's going to be some resolutions at the state convention. The resolutions committee has got multiple resolutions from many counties to print these tapes. Okay, if the Secretary of State's not going to do it, we're going to do it. We're going to put it in the platform.
Good.
Okay, I'm a delegate, and we've got Ray Myers. Everybody know Ray Myers?
Yep.
He's on the platform committee, and this stuff's going to go through him. You got it. I know it. It's great. And we're going to have a booth. The Tea Parties have a booth at their convention. I'm going to be at the booth talking to people. We're getting the word out. Yes, sir.
Okay. What's the process? What process do we have to go through to get Secretary of State out?
Well, I think we need Abbott and Ken Paxton.
Hey, that's fine. They got us one on one.
Ken Paxton is it.
Because enough people appeal to them, you think
Yes.
they would do it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
He's not adhering to law. He's giving waivers to law. And you know, even if he's allowed to do it, we disagree that he's allowed to do it because there's nothing in statute that says he can. Let's say there's something there that says he can. Do we want him to? No. So there you go. Get the legal thing off the table. Do the right thing. Do the right thing, Mr. Ingram. We've had it. You know, I called him about these waivers for the paper ballots, and I said, hey, Keith, it's Laura Presley. How you doing? I called him up. He goes, fabulous. I said, why'd you give these waivers to these counties? All the counties in the state do not do the paper audit. He said, because that's what we do. I said, wait a minute. No. I said, why? Why would you not want counties to do this? He goes, that's what we do. It was like I was 4 years old, and my mom was saying, because I said so, dude, you work for me.
That's right.
I said so, you could, because that's what you do? No, we don't want you to do that. And you got to put pressure on your county commissioners and your election administrator when they get the dumb waiver to do it anyway. Because if you don't know that there could have been a program on that computer that scanned those ballots.
Can you tell them directly, say if you follow that directive, you're in violation of the election code? Yeah, just send it.
But then they'll say the Secretary of State told me to do it.
So here's,
So we have to put pressure, say, we want you to do the right thing. We want you to do the legal thing.
here's how you would approach that at the county level. So what Dave and I'll talk to Dave, and what we'll do is we'll draft a resolution for our county commissioners court. And we'll just say simply, we want this on the agenda item. We want you guys to instruct the elections administrator to follow the Texas law. If they deviate from that, have the sheriff arrest them. It doesn't matter. That's what happens. That's what their power is. All it is a resolution. It just says you follow the law. The Secretary of State's given a waiver. You don't have to follow the waiver. You have to follow the law.
But you know what I would do? I would be specific.
Yes.
Because they're going to say, the Secretary of State lets me do this. I would tell them, I want to tape an early voting, kind of what this says. I want election day tape you're already doing. I want a paper ballot audit. I want no wireless connections. Okay? And I want a ballot image. I would go through the 4 things, and I would be very specific. And they say, well, we get waivers from, I don't care. We want you to do the right thing. Yeah, yes, sir.
If I understand how the county-wide vote works, it can't be accomplished without wireless.
No.
Pardon me?
You can answer that.
Can the countywide
Yes, it
vote be
can. It
accomplished
can.
without wireless?
Yes, it can.
Yeah.
I'm an election judge. So when you go to register, they have the computer that brings your name up. That is wirelessly connected.
Exactly.
Okay, but all that does is to say, all they do is to get your signature and say you voted. Okay? From there, you go to the machines. The machines are not wirelessly connected. Does that make sense? So the list is wirelessly, but the machines aren't, at least not to my knowledge. Maybe there's some wireless, but I don't, so I'm kind of torn like that on that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to have any wireless connection
but I
for the
just want to-
system.
Yeah, but the actual machines don't, where you vote, do not have wireless connection.
Yeah, but you don't know that. Do you have
Yeah,
a,
right.
we don't
I
know.
mean,
You can't see
As
it.
far as I know.
You can't
they
see a
don't.
wireless connection. That's why the law says no
Well,
wireless for the
Yeah, I
system.
mean, you could, yeah, but.
Yeah, you can't see it because it's
electric,
wireless.
but we don't know if it's wireless.
Yeah. Anybody else that did not get a one-pager? Okay, good.
All right.
Any more questions, guys? Yes, ma'am?
As about the signatures, if we can collect the signature to fire the right.
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
All right.
Guys, bless you, and you're armed and dangerous. And I'll be here for any other questions y'all want to come up and talk, so I'm here.
God bless America. One more announcement.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd have your seat, please, because we've got a couple of things we want to close up with real quick. Okay? We're almost done. All right. Couple of things. It's interesting. Right after we saw Dr. Presley in Parker County, I came across a Bloomberg article, and it was highlighting this guy that's in jail in Colombia. You know what he's in jail for? Hacking elections. And he works out of Miami. He's one of the very wealthy men in the world because he has a team that goes around the globe hacking elections. He does exactly what she just highlighted. Said that he plugs in, connects, changes vote tallies, he hacks candidates' cell phones, their computers, everything. So the election system is very sketchy at this point in time. And when he's in jail in Colombia, he worked mostly in South America because he speaks Spanish. He said, but they asked him, does this take place in the United States? He says, oh, definitely. He goes, I just am not comfortable in English language. But he knew people that did it. Okay. So, with that, I want to thank everybody for coming out. There's 2 things I'd like to do, close. Georgia Scott is here from the Bluffdale Conservatives, and I'd like her to close us with a prayer, and then we'll finish out with God Bless America. Everybody stand, please.
God, I hope everybody in this room is as moved as I am right now. And my heart fear is that this woman is going to come under attack, spiritual as well as physically. So I ask you, God, would you please protect this woman as she endeavors to find truth and work for us to have the right vote that we and our veterans have fought for to have here in America. God bless this lady, and God bless the Tea Party, and God bless America. We need it, Lord. Amen.
Amen.
And I'm going to invite her to come down to Stephenville, Erath County. I will let you know through.
Yes.
And we will have another opportunity. If you know somebody who's missed this and you want them to hear this again, then Jim Logan will keep you informed of when she's coming to see us, and she will be around.
Good.
Very good.
All right, let's clap up. God bless America, where that love stand beside her and guide her through the land with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, wonderful. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
You will be on that or no? You disappear again. Oh, it's the wine.